595?
Such.
Area car. You'll be giving me the guided tour. Any questions? Good, because if you lot don't know this ground better than I do right now, we're in trouble. However, I will be putting myself about and getting up to speed in the course of the day. Let's have a good one.
I've already welcomed Sergeant Boyden to the relief. I'm sure he'll give us his best efforts and expect the same from you. Let's see that he's not disappointed.
Get yourself a cuppa. I'll come and find you in the canteen when I'm ready for the off.
Let's get.
It's my experience, Matthew, that you'll get the best work out of them if you're firm but fair.
I'm sure I'll manage, Mr. Munro. I usually get cooperation.
New sergeant on A relief.
Oh, yeah.
Come from Romford.
I don't blame him.
Apparently they transferred him here because he was caught giving one to a married WDS.
Is that what they say?
Bit of bad luck, according to the grapevine. Could have been anyone. She's not fussy. Didn't you spend some time at Romford?
I spend time in a lot of places. What's this new sergeant's name?
Boyden.
Small world.
If we carried straight on, we'd be on Barton Street ground. It's when one of our skippers got done for driving under the influence.
I see.
Well, we'd do a slip round the estate, yeah? Down the end of that road. It's where Sergeant Peters got knifed.
Fine. Bit accident-prone as skippers on this relief.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, Bob Cryer, you know, the duty sergeant, he used to be on this relief.
And he's lucky.
Not half. He shot somebody. Now they keep him indoors all day.
What if he's gone away for a few days?
Dias? He's not the type to stray too far from home.
So you and this Sergeant Boyden go back quite a long way, eh, Ted?
I know him.
Lively social scene, was it, Romford? It's just you've never really spoken much about it.
Maybe because I've got better things to talk about. Like the job in hand. Come on. Anthony Dias?
What you want?
Sunhill CID, Detective Sergeant Roach. This is Detective Constable Dashwood. Is your name Anthony Dias?
We have a warrant to search these premises for stolen property, Mr. Dias.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that.
Well, the sooner we get started, the sooner we get it over with.
After you, sir.
Sign here and here, please, sir. You'll be kept in a cell until your interview. Number 2, Reg.
This way, please.
It's an art form. Whoops.
You what?
This job, once you're on top of it, everything clicks into... Oh!
What's the matter, Sarge?
Oh!
What have you done?
No, that hurts.
Where's it hurts? Get
Round the back, on the side, you see.
let's get him on the floor, see what that's for.
Yeah.
Careful.
Down you go.
Oh!
Oh, well, it ain't opened up.
Hey?
Your wound.
Oh, don't be daft, Reg. It was months ago. It's not bleeding, is it?
Oh, no, you're all right, son. Although you can get internal hemorrhaging of epic proportions without external indications.
Muffin the mule?
You get 10 years for that.
It's a joke, Mr. Dias.
The electrical gear checks out with this list from the warehouse.
How about the soft toys, Mr. Dias?
I'm looking after them for a bloke.
And what would his name be?
I don't know, funnily enough. Like, we never got on those sort of terms.
So how do you know this bloke?
Met in the pub, didn't we?
All right. What pub?
But I don't really remember.
So do you want to tell us about this electrical equipment? Bearing in mind that it's on a list of stolen property.
No. not really.
We'll keep on searching then, Mr. Dias. I think you're going to clear up a lot of cases for us.
Go ahead, Sierra Oscar.
Return to the station immediately, please, Sarge.
On way.
In style, Skip.
Why not?
This is your own place, Tony?
Yeah?
What do these houses go for now? I've been thinking of trading up to a bigger place.
I don't know, really. I didn't buy it. It was my mum and dad's place. I just stayed on.
I think we're talking about 150 grand, maybe more. I mean, if a windfall like that fell my way, I'd be tempted to sell up. Go on a world tour.
Big house for a man on his own.
I'll let you upstairs for a while. A lot of aggravation, though. Tenants.
Of course, you've got all your mates to keep you company, haven't you?
He's talking about the blokes you meet in pubs. The ones that bring their gear around for you to look after.
Oh, right.
Don't worry, I'm sure I'll be back by the end of the relief.
Bodies are building up, sir. Sergeant Boyden will be here in a minute. Hollis, don't panic. Oh, sir, he can't just come in off the street, can he, and be the custody sergeant? I mean, you know, he don't know the ropes. He knows the law, Hollis, which is more to the point. Anyway, there's no one else to do it. Sergeant Maitland's on his annual, and I've got other matters to deal with.
We all come off, Mr. Munro?
Yes, I'm sorry to drop you straight in it, but Alec Peters has been rushed off to casualties, so you'll have to take over.
No problem.
Hollis can brief you, up to a point. Now, don't hesitate to contact me about anything serious.
You get along, sir. We'll get the toothpaste back into the tube. Hey, Ginger.
Yes, Skipper. It's Sue Ford, Skipper.
Right, who's next? Custody suite, Sergeant Boyden. Look, tell her I'll ring her back later. There's a bit of a flap on.
Now, how much of this rubbish is stolen rubbish?
It's not all mine.
Keeping it for a friend. Is this yours? Solid silver.
What, Victorian?
Maybe Edwardian.
Somebody's family heirloom, anyway. What's the betting there's a description out on that?
I've got some friends, and they've got keys to the place, like, because I've got a bit of storage space, and they come and go, wouldn't I be there?
And these friends who have keys, you must know their names.
Oh, well, no. Well, what I mean is that there's people still got keys that used to live here, tenants, and they lend them to other people.
And to cut a long story short, they nick things and you sell them, right?
Anthony Dias, I'm arresting you on suspicion of dishonest handling.
Has number 2 been given any refreshment?
I checked her half an hour ago, but she's still sleeping it off.
I tell you what, before you get settled, check her again, just so as we're covered.
Yeah, sure.
Sergeant Boyden, custody suite. Get me an outside line, would you?
You feeling all right? Oh, you're not going to puke again.
I didn't want to the last time.
Well, let me give you a hand. Mind you don't fall, all right?
All right.
Sorry about that. Look, Irene, you've got to think this through carefully. I mean, walking out is a big step to take. I mean, where would you go?
Sarge, we need to get this one banged up.
But Irene, you know my flat. Tiny. 1 bedroom. Sit down. It's only need more than one. Things are getting a bit lively here. Look, I'll talk to you later, okay? Just don't do anything hasty.
Hell, Matt, your juggling is not what it used to be.
It's not from any of the jobs Dias was fingered for handling.
Yeah, silver dinner service. Rings a bell with me, too. Ah, gotcha. There it is. Oak box, the works.
Sit down.
Safe.
Name?
Swales. Patrick Arthur Swales.
Address?
Flat 24, Cotroft Estate.
What do you do for a living?
Plasterer.
Date of birth?
8th of December, 1955.
Where were you born?
Yeah.
London? Height? All right then. Length?
Aggravated burglary out of his league.
Dias fences stuff from warehouse jobs or gear from the backs of lorries. These slags tied up their victims for 4 hours in their own home and stubbed fags out on them.
Animals.
He didn't seem any more worried about the silver than he did about the soft toys. I wonder if he knows what his friends have been up to.
Do you want to see a solicitor? No. Sign there and there. Do you want a copy of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, Codes of Practice?
Yeah, all right.
Right then.
Can I have a word, Sarge?
Hang about, Skip.
Well done. You will be called for an interview in due course. Number 3.
This way.
Well, they've certainly dropped you in at the deep end.
You know me, Ted. I always come up smelling of roses.
Or somebody's. Irene keeping well, is she?
Last I heard. Always speaks well of you. There are no hard feelings, are there, Ted?
No hard feelings at all, Matt. As my old dad used to say, what's given to a friend is not lost. By the way, you can help us out with this, Dias.
I know it all goes down on paper these days, Ted. Custody sergeant's next on the block.
No, I'm not talking about anything naughty, not by any means. But if you could sort of take a special interest in him, let him know that you're his mate.
What, establish a bit the old rapport? No problem, Ted.
Good lad. After all, you are a good listener. Irene made that point at the time.
Yeah, I thought I'd better let you know the score, sir. Yeah, it's got nothing to do with my wound. No, they reckon I've strained a muscle. Now, I'll be right as rain with a day or so's rest.
There's Wu Ping's if you're into Chinese.
That's local, is it?
Yeah, just around the corner.
Have to give it a go.
I can't get on with Chinese food, personally.
Just spoke to Alec Peters. How's he doing, sir?
It's just a pulled muscle. But you'll have to carry on at least for the rest of today, Matthew.
No problem, Mr. Munro.
Patrick Swales.
Swales. Drunk.
Yes, that's what it says here. Where's the evidence of arrest?
Well, things were a bit hectic when Swales went on the sheet, sir. I was going to get round to that later.
Later?
It'll all be square by the end of the shift, Gov.
I'm afraid that won't do. What is the evidence of arrest?
A PC Stringer made the arrest, sir.
Reason?
Stringer saw Swales walking down the middle of the road, waving his arms about and abusing passers-by.
Well, let's have it in black and white.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what goes on elsewhere, but on my relief, records are accurate and up-to-date. It's to everybody's advantage.
Yes, sir. As I say, we were under pressure.
I'm bearing that in mind. On this occasion. What's that Stringer's evidence then, Sarge?
Search me, mate. I don't think we got round to it. Drunks are drunk, especially when you're busy.
Thing is, the governor will remember and he'll ask Stringer.
You're winding me up.
No, son. It's gospel.
What, is he a maniac?
Well, known for it.
The way I read Dias, he'll cough to dishonest handling without much sweat.
So we take him as far as he'll go along that road, then hit him with the aggravated burglary.
When he thinks he's among friends.
What do you think's the meal you had then, Tony?
Okay. Fine. Great.
You don't have to say that. They can serve up some right atrocities in police canteens. I just wondered, because I'm new here myself, you see.
Oh, yeah?
Started today. I just hope I won't get lost. That'd be a bit embarrassing, wouldn't it? These two will play fair with you, Tony. They'll see you all right.
Tony. Come in, Tony. Sit down. Over there.
Noticed the person whose interview has been tape recorded.
What's your skip?
Tony, is Stringer about?
I haven't seen him. He's due for a breakdown.
If you do come across him, tell him I wouldn't mind a word with him. A bit urgently.
Yeah. You want it put through the cab room?
Oh, no, thanks, mate. It's not that sort of thing.
If, however, you wish to remain unrepresented, but on application of the police prosecution, let them be given access to a copy of the tape.
Look, Tony. You have told us a whole string of different stories about how the bits of property got into your house. So let's just level with each other about one thing, shall we? You knew that the stuff was stolen, right? Out loud, please, for the tape.
Yes.
Thank you, Tony. You've helped us out with that. Now let's talk about the various items, shall we? The silver cutlery, for instance. How long has that been in your cellar?
Week or two.
So who put it there?
Can't help you.
You must know.
No.
Do you read the local paper, Tony? Do you remember that?
What about it?
A couple in their 70s, tied up, beaten, their home ripped apart. Aggravated burglary, Tony. It's a serious offence. And you're involved.
No.
Their property was found in your cellar. Now, are you going to start explaining that in terms that make sense?
Look, you're her best mate there, Penny. Have a word with her before she burns any bridges. I mean, I know Dennis has his faults, but you don't flush away 10 years without thinking about it calmly. Look, Penny, something's come up. Look, get back to me as soon as you've spoken to Irene, OK?
Nothing to say. No comment. I want a barrister.
A barrister? You were already asked if you wanted a solicitor, and you said no, Tony.
Well, I want one now. I can have one any time. It says in the book. Section C, Section 6, subsection...
All right.
6(1).
Hello, Skip. Hello, Barry. Have you seen Mr. Munro since you come in?
No. Why did he want me?
Well, it's possible. You never know. Have you written up your notes yet?
Afraid not. I was just doing it now. Sorry about that.
All I wanted to say was, don't forget about Swales shouting abuse at passers-by and waving his arms about in the middle of the road.
When I nicked him, he was spewing up down some poor sod's basement steps.
Yeah, but prior to that, he'd be behaving in a manner I just described.
How'd you know?
Because that's what's on the custody record, Barry. We omitted to put down the evidence of arrest, and I had to put it down later to cover our backs.
Oh.
Mr. Swales will be having his arse kicked out of here when he sobers up. No further action. He won't care if we say he was hanging from a lamppost by his ankles dressed up as Batman. All that matters is, we're both singing from the same page of the hymn book.
Mr. Dias wants a barrister. Solicitor.
That right, Tony?
Yeah.
I leave him with you then, shall I?
Right. Sit down, Tony. Now then, do you have a solicitor you want contacted, or shall I try and find one for you?
You get us one. I don't know no solicitors.
OK, I'll do my best, Tony, but bear in mind, we are out of normal working hours, so you might have a bit of a weight on your hands.
Blimey.
If you kept hanging about, I'll rush you up a cup of tea.
Cheers.
For Sergeant Boyden. Right, who shall I say is calling? Penny? Penny from Romford? Right. It was Irene before.
What do you have to do to get sent to Romford?
Guilty. I'll pay the fine now.
What are you talking about?
Guilty. Soliciting.
You were arrested for assault. What have you been taking?
I can't remember. Must have been good, though.
I want a medical on this one. Sit over there, I'll get it organised.
Yes, Sarge, come on.
Penny, what's the score? She's going to your place. Brilliant. Penny, you are an angel. Listen, look, we must get together. I'll buy you lunch sometime. Thursday? Well, I don't think I'm doing anything. Yeah, why not? Got your cup of tea, Tony?
So,
Bearing up?
I've been here bloody ages.
You've been in custody getting on for 3 hours now. I managed to get a brief lined up for you, by the way.
Great. It's a game, isn't it?
You said it. See, from my point of view, you're just bunging up a cell I could use for a body that needs locking away.
Them other two, CID,
Yeah?
they're talking about something I had nothing to do with. This aggravated burglary. I got the gear all right. Doesn't mean I knew what went on, you know, where it came from. All I know is who I got the silver off.
Well, if that's all you know, that's all you can say, mate.
Yeah, but if I tell them, it's all taped. Like they say, it can be used in evidence. I've got a life to live, you know.
What you say to me here is not evidence, Tony. Could be useful, though.
I could get bail.
Good chance. No promises.
2 guys come with the silver. Rossetti and Morris. They live up in Milton Keynes, come down here to do a bit of work and then piss off back up there again.
Romford must be the world's biggest kept secret. Hurry up, Rich.
Sarge?
Yeah.
Just got a call from Buckingham. They're giving Rossetti and Morris a spin and got some more gear from that burglary. We can pick up the bodies in the morning.
Magic.
Coming for a jar, Dave?
Oh, yes, please.
You coming, Skip?
Well...
No, we're going for Chinese. You wanted to give the Wu Ping a try.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Matt, thanks for that bit of work. I owe you one.
No, Ted. We're square.